The key to securing your financial prosperity is to invest for decades, not days. So it's easy when you see those charts. But actually, when it comes to investing day to day, it's a lot harder. And I want to start with the story of Ulysses. Now, Ulysses wanted to go and see the sirens, and the sirens were these beautiful creatures with the most beautiful voices. But they were extremely dangerous because they'd lure the sailors to the rocks, and then the ship would smash to smithereens and all the crew would die. But Ulysses had a plan to see the sirens. And what he did is he got his oarsmen and he got them to put beeswax in their ears and blindfold them. And then he got his men to tie his hands behind his back and tie him to the mast, so he could see the sirens and he could hear them sing, but he wouldn't be able to get the boat to turn and therefore avoid crashing on the rocks. What's this got to do with investing? Well, the truth is, the sirens are really a metaphor for the noise that we hear day to day, because when it comes to investing, the stock market looks like this. I want you to think about, when was the last time you looked at the TV and saw news about what's happening to the FTSE or the S&P 500 in the US? Or check your phone to see what's happening in stock markets. And I promise you, more often than not, the news is bad news. Billions of dollars wiped off the S&P 500. FTSE drops 4% in one day. When was the last time you saw a report saying the S&P 500 had doubled over the last 10 years or quadrupled over the last 20 years? You haven't. And here's the trick, because actually what you need to do is invest for decades to get that long-term growth. So to invest for decades, not days, you need to be like Ulysses. You need to tie your hands behind your back. You need to put beeswax in your ears and avoid the call of the sirens. Because if you don't, two things might happen. One, you hold far on investing and miss out on that long-term performance. Or even worse, and this happened in 2020 during the middle of the global pandemic, people took their money out of their pension, took their money out of their investments and went into cash because they panicked. And then they missed out on all of that performance in the year, 18 months and decades that came. So remember, decades not days, and invest like Ulysses.